What's up, people? How is everyone? I got to keep the noise down to a certain degree because my partner in crime back here is sleeping. So, someone just give me a thumbs up or something in the chat. Let me know that I am live. I don't know if I made it public. Good. We're live. I guess the notifications took a second to go out. Um, but apparently Sage has been trying to get hold of me. Why am I doing this? He thinks I'm a freaking crazy man, I guess. And my timing's bad. Look, I'm gonna get straight to the point. I'm gonna cut the bullshit. Yeah, the economy's down the toilet. That's pretty evident. You don't need trucking to tell you that in all these charts and statistics, right? But I'm a big believer in doing the opposite of what everyone else does. Okay. I remember a couple of years ago when I sold my Peterbilt, I fricking took a ton of shit for that. I'm always going to do what the opposite of everyone else is doing. We've bought the truck low. Yeah, times are tough. We're having issues working with some brokers, but you know, brokers are willing to work with us. Okay, we just have to do a certain amount of time. I know people are harping on about the 60 days, 90 days, 6 months, a year. I just filled out another 5 carrier packets, and I have a no coach is sleeping. He's asleep. He took the night shift, and he'll be driving again tonight. We're heading down to Florida, so just gotta keep the noise down a little bit. Otherwise, I'd be a bit more animated. I just don't want to wake his ass up because I want to be able to sleep good knowing he's got a good day's rest. Anyway, so Sage can put all of the charts up he likes, right? You're not telling me anything I don't know. I mean, shit, I got stocks in shipping companies that went from $40 down to $7 right now. I know the economy's in the toilet, but it's cyclical, right? It's the same shit. It goes over, it'll keep going, it'll come back up, it'll go back down, it'll go back up, it'll come back down. That's just the way it works. So buying in low, and we'll ride the wave on the way up, as if you want to call it whatever, right? And that's what we're gonna do. Is teaming difficult right now? Yeah, a little bit. Um, but the particular segment we're looking at, right, um, is produce, reefer, team. With the brokers that I've called, I mean, I think there was 100 and something that I called. Asked a lot of questions, and a lot of the issues that they have trying to find teams, true teams. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of guys that will book loads but really aren't a team, and try and do it themselves, and then miraculously there's a breakdown on the way. I've spoke to the boots on the ground between me, Jason, Daphne, who's been making the phone calls and asking these questions. You know, the brokers we want to work with, which will qualify for us. I mean, we have a factoring company, right? So we're selecting brokers as well as them selecting us. It's a two-way street. There is a demand for it. It's just a matter of we have to jump through their compliance department and check their boxes, which is unfortunately getting tenure and time. Going into this, we knew this. This wasn't a shock. It's not a surprise. But when you're going through it, it's it's a kick in the teeth, right? You know, no one likes getting their asses handed to them. And when you get 2 week back-to-back weeks of getting your ass handed to you, it sucks. You know, emotionally, it's like, God damn, this bites. We're still here. I mean, a week later, we're still here, having a great week this week. Um, you know, and it's just going to continue to get easier in the sense of being able to have more of selections of loads to choose from. I mean, so that's really about it. I really don't have much else to talk about on that particular subject. You know, I spoke to the boots on the ground. We have dates that we can sign up with them, and we'll go from there. But I'm gonna go through some of these comments real quick. What have we got here? Willie, Elite, Flex. I've never seen that name before. Diesel Down, Randall, Sharp Fees. I hope you guys are doing good. Heroes of the Road. What's the goal of this video? I guess if you want to call it rebutting Sage, I don't know what you want to. I mean, look, I sort of skipped through the video that he put out, and sort of briefly went through it. I mean, pretty much saying that you know, nothing that I don't already know. You know, it's the freight market is in the toilet right now. But businesses come to the industry every day and they leave every day, right? That's not going to deter me because it's in a downward trend. You know, if it was easy, everyone would do it, right? I mean, look how many people came into it in a high market and aren't here anymore. So we are the army of boots on the ground. Yeah, no, you're right, man. We live it every day, right? You know, we live it every day, John David. Sage is just another hater. Why he keeps listening to him and explaining yourself. I'm not really explaining myself, you know. I just, you know, I think it's interesting, right? That people have so much time invested in what we're doing. You know, I am not saying by any means anyone should come out here and go and get your authority, go and buy a truck, and come and do this. I mean, unless you got some capital behind you, you know what you're doing as far as you've got a little bit of experience with load boards, customers, whatever, right? I'm not gonna promote that. You know, I'm not gonna promote any of that. And why do it at all? And maybe I am feeding the haters, right? Maybe I am feeding the haters. Look, at the end of the day, John David, one of two things is going to happen, right? This isn't going to age very well, and me and Jason aren't going to be in business. Option two is their videos aren't going to age very well, and we're still going to be here. One of the two is going to happen. It's pretty much about it, right? I mean, really not much more to it than that. I mean, people can say what they like, and you know, at the end of the day, what they say doesn't affect what I'm doing. You know, my decision was made up long before anyone even knew about this, right? I mean, me and Jason had spoke about this before. You know, it was even announced to the YouTube world, and at the end of the day, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. Does it make for content? Yeah. I mean, the haters are going to hate. Look, if you got haters, you're doing something right. I'm a big believer in that. You know, they're coming to watch, right? So I must be doing something to either get under their skin, or I don't know, give them some entertainment value. Why is it nonsense, John David? Why is it nonsense? Explain on that. Feeding the haters make them grow. Yeah, I can see that. Willie says, hindsight, maybe you should have not got your authority when the product starts to kick up. But why am I getting hated, right? Ask that question. What am I getting hated for? Because I'm out here doing it? I mean, is that a good enough reason to hate? I mean, I look what Jason has done in the past. That's on Jason, but I've never promoted someone come out and do what I'm doing. So where's the hate coming from, right? Answer that one for me. Ignorance to nonsense. Because I'm ignorant, or because this is nonsense? There you go, Diesel Down. You got it. Look, I know where the hate comes from because it's a package deal with Coach, right? Look, I'm not stupid, right? Southbound, I sort of did that money Mondays, right? And look, I'll ignore the nonsense. Sorry. This vertical way, everything's very small, and my eyes aren't too hot. I should be wearing glasses, but um, you should put out your numbers weekly, show everyone how dedicated. I sort of did that, and I did put some bad weeks out, and I put some good weeks out. But you put the bad weeks out, you're failing. You put the good weeks out, you're lying, um, and you can't win, right? So what difference does it make? Um, I will say, last month from this month, I did see a little increase in our numbers, um, and so that's I guess that's a good thing. But I mean, that's probably just I don't call it Christmas freight, or I mean we're pulling reefer, right? So people generally splurge during Thanksgiving, Christmas. So, you know, all the time that I've ever done reefer, I've always seen a little pickup this time of year. Uh, Stewie drives blind. Well, that could be argued, I guess. I actually just was it the other weekend I had to get a new prescription. So because telling people how much I gross doesn't mean anything, right? I mean, you don't know what our expenses are. You don't know how much the truck is. You don't know how much our insurance is. You don't know how much we pay in tolls. You don't know how much we're paying in fuel. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot to that, right? So, and I haven't told anyone in months how much how much we're grossed. So, because of the negative feedback. So, and it makes for content, John David. At the end of the day, right? It makes for content. CDN. I need to get hold of you somehow. Do you have an email address on your channel? Because I took your advice and called some people about direct freight, um, and I need to figure out a plan of action on how to bid stuff, um, because they are interested in working with some smaller companies. It was a an organization out of Florida that put us in contact with some shippers. So um, I want to reach out to you somehow and ask you some stuff on the other side of it real quick. Okay. It's coach, dude. No, since since that other night, dude. I mean, I wish I recorded it, man. I mean, he sounded like I don't know what he was doing back there, man. But I don't know. I said it sounded a cross between a Jake break or he was eating pussy, one of the two. I mean, it was uh, it was a crazy sound coming out of him, man. It's like his soul left his freaking body. Uh, it was nuts, man. But I'm sure I snore, so I mean, yeah, it's not like I'm a small guy either. So I definitely put on some weight. I've been on the water kick. Um, I'm trying to cut out the soda. He fella back here, he freaking drinks a lot of freaking Mountain Dew and always got it on the truck. So it's easy, right, to just get it out the cooler and drink it. So I bought a lot of water and just trying to force myself to drink more water because you know I don't want to become a diabetic before the age of 40. That's for sure. So, but after this, we're in Nashville right now. We did deliver this load in a couple of hours. We made good time overnight, and then this afternoon we reload, and then we're going down to Florida for delivery tomorrow morning. And then I've got my eyes on a couple of loads coming back out. Probably gonna have to. Well, I am gonna have to deadhead up to the Savannah area. I quit soda at the beginning of the year. Only drink Gatorade Zero and green tea. Do you know what? I've been doing this for. I think I've had one soda in the last 2 weeks. The biggest difference that I've noticed is like when I sleep. So, before I could sleep a full 10-hour break and I'd be freaking tired still. Now, I'll sleep 6 hours, 6.5, 7 hours maybe at most, and I'm ready to go, full of energy. It's like them spikes and them dips, of energy. Just in a couple of weeks of just sticking to the water, it really has made a big difference. So, if that's anything to go by, it's still early days though, right? Still early days. It's not a habit yet, right? To pick up the water, I have to tell myself still, hey, keep your hands off the damn soda. So, but I'll get there. I'm just gonna, takes time to form a habit. So, but it's all cool. It's all cool. We'll get there. But hopefully, I start to notice it on the scale next because I want to drop a few pounds before the end of the year. If I can drop 5 to 10 pounds before the end of the year, I'll be a happy camper with that. So that's sort of my personal goal. I know it's not much, but it's just sort of hard, man. We're always going. That's the problem, right? I mean, what am I going to do? Jump back there and start doing sit-ups on the bed? Right? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. But but yeah, so that's pretty much all we got going on. This week's been a good week. Kept busy. Um, been running pretty much like a team this week. We're a little bit ahead of schedule on this one, only by a couple of hours. Um, and then, like I said, down in Florida tomorrow morning once we get empty and see if we can find something for the second half of the week. But it's pretty much about it. Nothing much else. Sorry, there's a guy across there and he's backing in. He's having a hell of a time. So, what you guys got going on anyway? Anything good in the world of YouTube or trucking on your guys' end? No, we're going on the no, we're not going to meet up with the governor. We're going to be on the Jacksonville side of the state. So we're not going to be there that long. Literally, if the load that I want to book comes through, okay, CDN, I will take a look once we get done here, and I'll reach out to you. But yeah, we're going to be in and out pretty quick, only a couple of hours, so we're not going to be messing around too much down there. We want to try and have a strong week before Thanksgiving, because we know next week's going to be short, right? We're trying to be back for Wednesday morning, hopefully, for Thanksgiving, and then take that weekend off, and then go back out Monday. And we're probably going to hit it hard till Christmas. That's the game plan, at least. And see what we can do in the build up to Christmas, because obviously January, February, March are generally not very good times of the year in this industry. My years. I mean, if I go back and look at my numbers from 2015, 16, 17, and 18, when I had my carrier and I had a FUT, and I had a couple of trucks on there as well. Them months were always the slowest. January not so bad, but you can pretty much the last week of January on right through till the end of March. I always found that wasn't gonna be setting the world on fire. So, and that's just try and get ahead of it now, right? Set ourselves up for the slow time. But anyway, I'm gonna get off here. I know it's a short one. I want to go in, use the facilities, and then I'm gonna roll across to our receiver. And truck Todd is looking for a truck to get into, because well, that sucks if he's got repossessed. I mean, that's a shitty situation. Hey, Tennessee, I'm not giving up. Um, Look, we all have bad couple of weeks, right? I mean, like I said, sometimes when you're in the heat of it and getting your asses handed to you, sometimes you overreact, right? Look, did I say, Jason, I'm fucking done with this bullshit? Fuck yeah, I did. And he said the same thing. No one likes getting their asses handed to them, but it's going to take a lot more than a couple of bad weeks to get me to give up. It's there's a bigger plan here, and sometimes you just have to refocus, right? Refocus. It's look, people act like the country's never been in a recession before, right? I mean, go back to '08, the housing crisis. Yeah, people survived that, right? It's not new. It's just make sure you know set yourself up. Set yourself up for success, right? Get rid of your debt. People were saying it back in 21, right? Get rid of your debt. Well, hopefully people heeded their warnings, right? Because now we're about to see who who did what. Nothing happened, Kenny. Just the other week we was having a hard couple of weeks, and I saw your email, by the way, the other day. I appreciate that. You know, it's it's just remember, guys, everything's cyclical. We have our ups and we have our downs in this industry, and it's always going to be like that. And like I said, when we come on here and say this is some bullshit, we ain't liking it right now, I'm about ready to quit. It doesn't mean we're necessarily going to quit. It's just we're verbalizing our frustrations, and this week's been a good week. Um, and until we have some more time under our belt and we can find that consistency that we're looking for and we know we're capable of, once we get there, it's just sometimes it's an emotional roller coaster, right? So but anyway, I'm out here because I need to use the little boys room, and I gotta get rolling here in a little bit. So I appreciate you guys coming in. I know it was just me. And then maybe next time we'll wake his ass up and do it together. But other than that, you guys enjoy. Take it easy, okay?